I've been asked if Chinese medicine can treat post-heart attack situations. It's an interesting question and something that I can address in clinic on a day-to-day basis. Chinese medicine looks at health and healthcare so differently than Western medicine. In my book, Caregiver's Survival Guide, How to Eliminate Stress in 30 Minutes and Other Useful Tools, I go into greater detail on how Western and Chinese medicine view disease. But for now, just understanding that Chinese medicine has a goal of repairing heart function with the patient is a good start. With Chinese medicine, sometimes you can't get back to the place where you started. And sometimes Chinese medicine is brought in so late that the medicine can only participate in supporting your health so you can feel the best possible. But sometimes Chinese medicine in a post-heart attack treatment can actually improve you beyond where you were before your heart attack. I never know which one it will be, but I do know that there are some things you can do to greatly improve your odds of having a great outcome. There are 3 things that I think can greatly improve your odds, and the first is coming in as soon as possible after being discharged from the hospital, and that's within the 1st to 2nd week with your medical records. The second thing that can greatly improve your odds is already having an established Chinese medical practitioner who you trust and who has treated you. And the last one is commitment to treatment. So let's look at each one of these things. Coming in as soon as possible after discharge is important because it's easier to treat trauma right after the trauma's happened. If you allow all the scar tissue or everything that's happened to get situated and set into the body, it becomes much more difficult to treat. So coming in as soon after something's happened will greatly shorten the time that you have to be treated. Secondly, already having an established Chinese medical practitioner who you trust and who has treated you. The key benefit from that is if you've already been treated by someone, they already know your constitution, so half of the problem has already been resolved. When you come in after a heart attack and you're looking for supportive therapy to bring you back to optimum health, already being associated with a practitioner means that they probably already know what your constitution is, they know what your tendencies are, and they can easily separate that from what's happening with you right now and what might be the best option to support you to recover from a heart attack. And the last is the commitment to treatment. So one of the things that trips up so many people with Chinese medicine is that you actually have to participate. You get convenience with Western medicine. Western medicine has this goal of managing the symptoms with prescription medications, and they can prescribe your initial medications, and after that, they just monitor to make sure your vital signs are within their parameters. And if they go outside their parameters, then they just give you another medication. With Chinese medicine, you're dealing with a different business model. The goal isn't to manage your symptoms through prescriptions. The goal is to heal the imbalances in your body to the extent possible in order to return you to normal functioning. So normal functioning means functioning without prescription medications. This is where the whole commitment thing comes in, because you're going to have to make a decision if you're willing to put yourself first, because treatment for post-heart attack can last anywhere from 1 to 6 months, and it requires you to show up, usually at a minimum of once a week. It requires you to take herbal formulas and supplements on a daily basis, sometimes multiple times a day, and it always incorporates discussions on lifestyle. So, you and I are in a partnership, a business partnership if you want, and our bottom line is making you health profitable. Right now, you are in the red, losing capital. Our goal is to shore up those areas that are losing profits to bring your health statements back into the black. So Chinese medicine has many theories that interact with each other and come into play at different times during your treatment. I'm going to touch on just 2 of them to help you see a couple ways that Chinese medicine identifies and diagnoses where you are losing your health profits. So the first theory is the branch and the root. The root is the original cause of the disease, and the branch is the offshoots from the original cause. Heart disease is always the branch. We don't just get heart disease, we get a lot of other things that finally lead to heart disease. And in my video, 30-Day Challenge follow-up finale, towards the end of it, it goes into one way that heart disease manifests from a Chinese medical perspective. So without some type of genetic or trauma-induced mechanical impairment, getting to heart disease takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. But sometimes you have to address the branch before you can get to the root or the original cause, especially if it is life-threatening, and heart attacks are life-threatening. 5 elements is a great tool set to diagnose the branch. I like the 5 elements because it helps compartmentalize things for me better than traditional TCM organ channel theory. I can use that theory after we solidify on 5 elements. But in 5 elements, there are 5 movements. And to get further information on the movements in Chinese medicine, get my book, Caregiver Survival Guide, How to Eliminate Stress in 30 Minutes with Chinese Medicine and Other Useful Tools. So these 5 movements define the type of energy that has been exhausted, blocked, impacted, where you are losing profits on your health statement. By identifying who is involved, you and I can start to implement new processes to fix and repair the problems. Just like in business, if your shipping department is sending out double shipments, shorting shipments, misplacing orders, you're going to want an assessment of the problem and an action plan of how the department can get back on track. The diagnosis is the assessment of the problem from a Chinese medical perspective, and the action plan is everything you and I discussed to get you back on track. The key actions can be your treatment schedule, herbs, supplements, lifestyle. Just like a regular business plan, each treatment will assess the outcomes of our work and make a determination if we have to make changes or can continue with what we are doing. And the best way to measure success is to incorporate measurements from many types of medicine. So tracking your Western medical tests and bringing them in can be critical to help ensure we are all moving towards the same goal. I guess the bottom line is your health is your business. And sometimes we have a slip because, life happens. So when you need to keep staying the course, your medical providers become the consultants who help you get back on track so you can stay the course. In life-threatening situations such as a heart attack, your Western medical providers deliver immediate, effective support to change your body's processes so you do survive. Afterwards, You'll have the opportunity to take some time to clearly identify the problem and repair the situation with Chinese medicine. This is a 3-part series. In the second part, you and I are going to talk to some of my clients who have had heart attacks or have heart disease and have chosen Chinese medicine to bring their health profits back to the best possible. So, until next time, I'll catch you on the other side.